So, I started off. What is the connection between the paintings of Leonardo, Seurat, Mondrian, the Great Pyramids, the Parthenon and subsequent classical architecture, sunflowers, fir cones, shells, DNA and the joints on your fingers?
Oh.
And the answer is a magic number, not pi, which you may have heard of, but phi or phi, mathematically 1.618. Also known as the golden number, golden section, golden ratio, divine proportion, and then I say at this point of writing, those of you who don't like maths will switch off. So, Fibonacci was a 12th century mathematician who discovered an amazing phenomenon in a series of numbers. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, next number.
21.
34.
34.
55.
Yeah. So each number is arrived at by adding the previous two numbers. So 1 and 1 makes 2, 2 and 1 make 3, 3 and 5 make 8, and so on. You might remember this better by considering the breeding habits of rabbits. You can tell your granddaughter
I did.
about
The breeding habits of rabbits.
rabbits. How many pairs of rabbits can be produced from a single pair in 1 year if it is assumed that every month each pair begets a new pair? If it is assumed that every month each pair begets a new pair, which after the second month becomes productive. So in January you've got 1 pair of rabbits, in February you've got 1 pair of rabbits, in March you've got 2 pairs, April 3, May 5, June 8, July 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, provided they don't get myxomatosis and run over by a car. Another extraordinary fact is that these numbers occur frequently in nature. She has a very efficient packing system for leaves, petals and cells in shells. So a lily has 3 petals, a buttercup 5, delphinium has 8. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Usually. Not invariably.
Not invariably. And most daisies are arranged with 21 and 34. A pine cone has a series of spirals, 5 and 8, and a pineapple 8 and 13. So now you start counting them, I don't know. This I have not followed through. The keys on a piano run in the same system. 1 octave is 5, black, 8, white, total 13. But somebody who's a musician might actually follow that up. I don't really know. Who would?
You've got a piano.
I can follow that up.
You can. Yeah.
Yes, I found out something about that, yeah.
Did you?
Yes, I mean, I'm not musical enough to be able to follow it up, but I found out which composers had used it.
To understand the next bit, we need to do a few sums. As this isn't a classroom, you need not write down the answers. But if you divide 8 by 5, the answer is 1.6. 13 by 8, the answer is 1.6 something or other, and 21 by 13, it again is 1.6. And the higher up the Fibonacci sequence you go, the nearer you are to the magic number of 1.618. In a ratio it is 1 to 1.618 or 1 to 1.5. If you look at your middle finger, the first joint is 1 and the second one is 1.5, second joint 1, third one 1.5, third joint 1, knuckles to wrist 1.5, and if you are perfectly proportioned, each measurement can be multiplied by 1.618 to give the next.
Arthritis notwithstanding.
Yeah.
Right.
The Greeks and Egyptians before them thought the divine proportion made beautiful and spiritually meaningful buildings. Well, this is on the next sheet because it needs. If you take a rectangle of 1 to 1.618, remove a square, you are left with another rectangle of 1 to 1.618, and so on. And if you go on and on, so they do that, which is quite clever, isn't it? And then this one lives within that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is half of that. If we saw that one in half. It would so. The Egyptians knew about Phi long before the Greeks. Their pyramids are based on a golden section triangle whose hypotenuse is 52 degrees. If you take a half a triangular section through the centre, you have a golden triangle with its base of 1, height of 1.23, and a hypotenuse the square root of 5, whatever that is.
Oh.
So the square root of 5 is another irrational number. And there are many golden triangles used in the construction of the pyramids. Anyway, from that, you might find some ideas for sculpture. But most of my garden has been based on that. Even when it came to the height of the sculpture and the height of its plinth. And they've been worked out that way. And I used to be, fairly pedantic about it.
Did you ever make a mistake?
Hmm?
Did you ever make a mistake in your calculations?
Probably not.
Silly question.
I just tried to lighten the mood.
Stir.
The shapes for the first pond, you've got a circle and an ellipse. Well,
Yeah.
it's not this though, is it?
No, it isn't. No.
But is the proportion of the circle to the larger phi?
Can't remember.
Probably. It probably is.
Or was it a mistake?
I know when I put the blue bricks and the pale blue bricks down, I did 1, 1, and then 2, and then so it's a very odd sequence.
Oh
But
right.
But it is all Fibonacci.
And each brick is golden section, isn't it? I think.
Not sure.
So they're quite long. I mean, what strikes us now, because we're so used to A4, is
Oh,
how long
those
13 to 8 is.
What's A4 as a ratio?
A4 doesn't fit.
No.
No, the thing about the A4,
A4 has
system,
its own.
Foolscap fit.
Foolscap is it.
Foolscap is.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing with the A system is each time you halve it,
Yeah.
it halves brilliantly,
Yeah.
and it's in the same
Yeah.
proportion
Yeah.
every time you halve it.
Yeah.
So that's why everybody's got that now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all metric.
But Foolscap is historically
Yes, and I
the
think
golden
foolscap,
section size.
and I think it was done in inches.
Mm.
Probably.
Yeah.
Almost certainly.
I tried to buy some foolscap paper.
I don't suppose you can now.
No.
Probably get pads.
We get some pretty
Probably
blank looks, actually.
Well, it depended which shop you were in. The very long-standing art shop in Bath understood what I meant,
Oh,
Yeah.
they did it.
but they didn't have any.
Mm.
Yeah,
There's
but
probably some in my plan chest.
exactly. I had a good trawl through all the old
Yeah.
pads. You
I'm
know, my
sure I've
mum's
got
old
some in my
paper.
plan chest.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for that, Carol.
Well, anyway.
Yep.
There you are.
Look at the very last bit.
I have the original one. Thank you.
Edit. Edge.
I've got one.
Edit.
This was
That's
your,
in the middle, isn't it?
that was the original
No,
one,
bit of a-
Carol, remember?
What?
This one was
Oh, yeah.
the original one.
You've still got that.
Yeah. Just,
Thank you.
Did you like Hattie's explanation?
oh, super. Absolutely.